Happy Monday, everyone. Or as Cat's liver likes to call it, Build Back Better Day. I haven't done that one in a while, huh?
Yeah, that's great.
All right, you know what it's time for?
Lessons in Diversity.
Hi, and welcome to Lessons in Diversity. I'm your host, Mary Lou Retton. This is what she looks like. In a perfect world, diversity would be awesome. Who doesn't want to work with different people, as opposed to this? There's nothing more boring than the same old crew, and I should know. But I love different faces and different races, all commingling in a melting pot I call Greg's hot tub of equality. However, today's diversity seems to be only about looks and not ideas, which is not how you make something funny unless you look like this. It's a cheap shot, but see? There's a downside to diversity once you put it over other variables like talent or skill, work ethic, or hygiene, Kat. What if you find someone who's truly funnier than someone else, but that person isn't black or female or LGBTQ, ASAP, BYOB, LOL? The problem with diversity hiring is you may end up with something or someone like this. Yeah, she ticked at least 3 boxes, and none were capable, charming, or sane. Then again, the man ticking the boxes thought it was a form listing his medications. But this isn't about Kamala. And let's face it, non-diversity hires, well, they can suck too. White guy. Ugh, I hate white people. Unbelievable. As you know, TBS canceled the late night show Full Frontal with Samantha Bee. Actually, I'll bet Kat's salary you didn't know. But if you saw it, you'd wonder, if that's Samantha B, I'd hate to see Samantha C, D, or F. Its ratings were pretty bad, but slightly higher than my colonoscopy. And that's only because I do my own. It's easy. All you need is a flashlight, a rib spreader, and the flexibility of Gabby Douglas. But this cancellation caused real pain among the press. My God, another female-led show gets canceled as if they forgot about Chevy Chase, Pat Sajak, Dennis Miller, Arsenio Hall, Dick Cannon, Jay Leno, Magic Johnson. They were all let go too. But you know what? We men don't whine about that, mainly because for men, losing jobs is part of our lives. As opposed to, losing oven mitts or spatulas.
A sexist would say.
Disgusting. Disgusting. But still, the media broke down like Joy Behar finding out the store was out of mustache wax. It's for her husband. Her husband has a mustache. Here's NPR's headline. Samantha Bee's cancellation hints at tough times for women and POC in late night TV. Yeah, because when you think person of color, you think Samantha Bee, a white lady from Canada. Imagine the tough times ahead for true Canadians of color. Like Justin Trudeau. To summarize, it's a tragedy that a woman of prominence was unceremoniously removed from TV. The writer actually says, fingers crossed, twice, that Bee lands at a new platform which values her show more. But the only way that's going to happen is if the show actually includes some Full Frontal.
Another sexist who's worse would say.
We got to get rid of these people. Who are they? Did you write that?
I know.
Then, of course, they mention other canceled shows of obscure women and minorities. The idiot writer saying, if only they get the chance. But excuse me, champ, they got a show. That was their chance. And they'll probably get another. Something 370 million Americans don't get. Never mind that these shows had viewers reaching for the remote like Brian Stelter reaching for a scoop of cherry-flavored lard. It's why Hillary and her no-talent daughter now have a show on Apple TV+. Man, I feel bad for the exec who will eventually cancel their show. Rest in peace, whoever that is. Suicide note's already written. The next day, the LA Times ran a similar piece with this headline: "The late night recession is here, and it will hit underrepresented voices hardest." Well, at least someone's admitting there's a recession. But underrepresented voices? I'm sorry, have you flipped through the channels for 20 minutes? You might not find 2 straight white men in commercials or actual TV shows. If you calculated the percentage of the population based on commercials, America would be 125% gay. It's true. Plus, these pieces sound exactly alike. It's like in college when I copied the Cliff's Notes instead of actually reading Charlotte's Web. They call Bee's cancellation a symbolic blow for many American women. But if American women liked her show, they would have watched it. It's like critics blaming fans for not watching the WNBA when they prefer Real Housewives, where there's more dunking. But sorry, most broads didn't know Bee. I did a survey. Granted, it was in the men's room. The only other person in there was Trey Gowdy, who was using the hand dryer to style his hair. But still, I did the proper legwork. And by legwork, I mean kicking feet under the stall. It's why I win the awards.
Greg Gutfeld.
Fact is, when no one watches a show dripping in diversity, it's never the show's fault. It's yours. It's all you racist jerks for not recognizing that diversity matters more. But diversity is the natural antagonist of merit when it's the only factor you consider. To the press, though, it's not about enjoyment, but appreciation and then compliance. They want to replace the Emmys with participation trophies. But in all these stories, they avoid the elephant in the room, and I don't mean James Corden. It's another tiny show that's causing all the cancellations. And who could that be? On any given night, we crush all of those shows, and we just started. And they should applaud that, since we're also the most diverse show ever. Look at Kimmel, Colbert, Fallon, all white except for their bands. Some might call that racist in itself. Full Frontal had a white woman host. But what's Gutfeld? A Polish female, a black dude, and me, a little person with more anxiety disorders than hair. And I haven't even brought up the diversity of our guests. On any given night, the panel looks like a brochure for a city college. In a way, it sounds like the beginning of a joke. A Polish blonde, a black wrestler, and a little person walk into a bar. A few months later, through hard work, determination, and talent, they own it.